Let's find a comfortable seat. If you'd like to have the blanket under your hips for a little support, please add that. And then we'll begin by rubbing the palms of our hands together, bringing focus and energy into the palms. Then take the fingertips and gently brush them across the forehead, temples, and cheeks, brushing away any worries or expectations. Bringing the fingertips to the eyes, palms to the cheeks, turning your attention inward. Take a couple of deep cleansing breaths. When you're ready, you can float your hands down, keeping your eyes closed or just having your gaze downward. Extend your spine up tall, shoulders back and down. Lift your heart with each inhaling breath. Sitting bones sinking toward the earth with each exhale. We'll tune in with 3 ohms. Feel free to join in or just absorb the vibrations. Take another deep breath in. Take a moment to absorb the vibrations of the mantra as it connects us all as one. Allow yourself to settle here this Saturday morning. And set an intention for your practice, something you'd like to nurture or cultivate within yourself. Bringing your awareness back to the breath. Allow each inhale to bring you here, to this room, to this moment. Allow each exhale to release anything not needed for your practice today. With your next inhaling breath, allow the belly to soften and expand. And as you exhale, draw the belly toward the back. Follow your body's rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly and open the ribs. And as you exhale, contract the belly and relax the ribs. Follow your body's rhythm. With your next inhaling breath, expand the belly, open the ribs, and lift the chest, creating space for your heart. And as you exhale, contract, relax, and lower. Continue this full deep breath, expanding your lungs in all directions with each inhale. Completely releasing the breath with each exhale. As we continue this full deep breath, let's move into the circular or continuous breath by decreasing the pause between the inhale and the exhale. If you'd like, you can envision a large water wheel in front of you, the inhale drawing the wheel toward you, the exhale gently pressing it away. Creating one continuous circle of movement. Take one more full, continuous breath. When you reach the end of the exhale, gently return to your natural breath. Taking a moment to notice any changes you feel in your mind or body. Remembering that our breath is always with us to help find those moments of peace, calm, bringing your awareness to your right hand, allow the tips of the thumb and pointer finger to come together, and bring those fingertips to your heart center. Turning your attention deeper inward toward your heart, looking within for your inner light and your inner joy. As you find that connection with the light within you, allow its warm glow to flow on the breath throughout your entire body. As you find that connection with your inner joy, allow it to radiate up onto your face in a smile. And breathe it out into the space around you. As we continue our practice, allow your light and joy to flow through each breath and movement, honoring all that you are in each moment. When you're ready, you can float your hand down. Gently open your eyes. If you'd like to switch your legs, go ahead and do that. Or change positions. And with your next inhaling breath, let's scrunch the shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, press the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, back and down. Bring the hands in front of the chest, palms facing down. Tuck the shoulders back and down, gently squeezing the shoulder blades, strengthening those muscles around the scapula. Lengthen through the crown of the head, gently dropping the tailbone down. Now let's press the elbows back toward each other, lifting the heart and the vision gently. Squeeze the center of the shoulder blades toward each other, wringing out any stress or tension. Breathing into the heart. Opening the arms wide, turn the palms up. Lift the heart a little more and gently squeeze the lower corners of the shoulder blades toward each other. If it feels okay, flex the wrists, pressing through the palms. Then let's bring the arms in front, crossing the right over the left, bending at the elbows, hands back to back, or left hand around the right wrist. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the jaw and the neck. Gently press forward through the elbows. Breathing into the upper back. If it feels okay, you can begin lowering and lifting the elbows. And with your next inhaling breath, lifting the elbows a little higher and gently arching if that feels okay. And as you exhale, folding forward, dropping the arms down, paying attention to your back, not going too far if that's bothering your low back at all. And as you come to your next inhale, come back to the center. Let's unwrap the arms, open wide. Squeeze those shoulder blades, press through the palms. Deep breath in. And then we'll come back to the front, crossing the left over the right. Bending at the elbows, hands back to back or right hand around the left wrist. Elbows up to shoulder height, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Again, the jaw and the neck are soft. Tailbone drops down. Pressing those elbows forward. Breathing into the upper back. If it feels okay, gently lowering and lifting the elbows. And with your next inhale, if it feels okay, lift the elbows a little more, gently arching. And as you exhale, folding forward. And with your next inhale, coming back to the center. And gently unwrapping the arms, open wide. And then let's bring the arms directly out of the shoulders, making the T. And we'll inhale, rotating the palms up. Tuck those shoulder blades down, lengthen through the crown, keeping the shoulder blades tucked. Exhale, rotating forward. Follow your breath. Really thinking about keeping the shoulder blades tucked, working on just that internal rotation of the shoulders. And then let's bring the hands to the heart. We'll interlace the fingers, press the palms out in front, roll the shoulders forward, drop the chin around the spine. Inhale, lifting the palms up, gently arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. This time as you exhale, leave the palms up, gently drop the chin. Soften the elbows, roll the shoulders back, gently squeezing the upper corners of the shoulder blades together, wringing out any tension. Soften the jaw and the back of the neck. And if it feels okay, press those palms up a little higher. And with your next inhale, lift the chin. And as you exhale, float the hands down. Let's bring the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the right hip. Face forward, deep breath in. As you exhale, gently twist toward the right, head comes around last. lifting the heart with the inhale, gently twisting through the exhale. Keeping the left hand on the knee with your next inhaling breath, sweep the right arm up by the ear. And as you exhale, reach across the body. Dropping that right hip toward the mat, lift the heart, chin is away from the chest. Fingertips reach across the ceiling, really opening through the side body. Letting go a little more with each exhale. With the next inhale, lift up tall. And exhale back to the center. And take a breath in and out. Then we'll bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip, face forward, deep breath in, and exhale, twisting toward the left. Head comes around last, lifting the heart with the inhale, twisting gently through the ribs with your exhale. Hold and breathe, finding that edge between flexibility and inflexibility. Keeping the right hand on the knee, inhale the left arm up by the ear. And as you exhale, reach across the body, dropping the left hip, lifting the heart, chin is away from the chest, reaching through the fingertips. With each exhale, gently releasing through the left side of the body. And with the next inhaling breath, lift up tall and exhale back to the center. Let's extend our legs out in front of us. Scooting our feet down toward the end of the mat. Gently flexing the feet so the toes are pointing up toward the ceiling. Lengthening the spine, shoulders back and down. You can have the hands on the thighs or on the floor. Think about engaging the quadriceps, drawing those kneecaps up, gently lifting the heels off the floor, reaching the heels away from you. Sometimes our pelvis wants to roll back here, so gently tilt it forward as you lift the spine up tall. You'll feel that stretch through the back of the legs as you've engaged the quadriceps and on the top of the legs. And if you can, think about pressing through the whole sole of the feet. Notice if that changes anything about how your hip muscles and quads are working. And then let's gently soften the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, gently fold forward. Hands resting on the legs, floor or feet. With your next inhaling breath, lift the chin, gently lengthening. Exhale, soften. Follow your breath. Lengthening through the back of the neck, reaching out through the crown of the head. Softening through the back of the legs and the low back. One more breath. With your next inhaling breath, lift the chin or the torso up tall. And let's bring the hands behind the hips, fingertips facing. Wow, I'm having some trouble getting all my words out today. Fingertips facing the hips a few inches away from them. You can work with inclined plane or reverse table. So inclined plane, lifting the hips with the legs extended. Reverse table, bringing the feet hip width apart and lifting here. And do what feels best for you in this moment. So think about really bending those elbows and rolling the shoulders back so that we engage those triceps in the upper arms. And with your next inhale, lift up tall. I'm sorry, lift the hips up high. Exhale, gently lower, hovering if that feels okay. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and hover. Inhale, lift. Hold and breathe if that feels okay, or continue coming up and down, listening to your body. Elbows are slightly bent, hips are pressing high, head is extended out from the spine. If that's bothering your neck, you can tuck the chin toward the chest. Just try not to drop the head back onto the shoulders. And then we'll gently lower down and shake out those wrists. Let's bring the right ankle over the left thigh, placing the palm of the left hand on the sole of the right foot, and we'll interlace the fingers together, gently stretching out those toes, and begin to make slow, gentle circles with the ankle. Stretching the foot as far as stretching the ankle. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened to my words. As far as feels comfortable in each direction. And reverse the circles. Then we'll unlace the fingers and toes and wrap the fingers underneath the the outside of the foot. Right hand comes underneath the ankle. Lengthening the spine tall, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift the foot toward the forehead, doesn't have to get anywhere close. Inhale, lower the leg, lift the heart. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So we're going to bring the foot either into the palm of the hand, the center of the forearm, or all the way into the elbow. Right arm will come on the outside of the leg, wrapping around. You can hold on to the leg or interlace the fingers if that feels okay. And we'll gently begin to rock side to side, lubricating the hip, but also recognizing that the rocking motion is really soothing for our nervous system. So when you're practicing this particular position, it can help with that neurological relaxation. Also remembering that rocking in a chair or on a swing can also be very soothing. And let's gently hug the leg toward the torso just as far as feels okay. And then we'll gently lower the leg down. And just kind of take a moment to notice how one side feels compared to the other. And then let's cross the left ankle over the right thigh, placing the right palm of the hand on the sole of the left foot, interlacing the fingers. And gently making small circles with the ankle, stretching the foot as far as it can go in each direction. Trying to release the ankle muscles, letting the hand do all the work. And reverse the circles. Then we'll unlace the fingers, wrapping them underneath the outside of the foot, and bring the left hand underneath the ankle. Lengthening the spine tall, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we'll lift the foot up toward the forehead. Inhale, lower the leg, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the foot. Try to keep the spine tall. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Then we'll bring the foot into the palm of the hand, center of the forearm, or into the crease of the elbow. Left arm comes on the outside of the leg, either holding the leg or, if it feels okay, interlacing the fingers. And again, begin to gently rock side to side, lubricating the hip and gently soothing your nervous system. Noticing the breath while you're here, allowing the breath to be slow. And then we'll gently hug the leg toward the torso just as far as feels okay. And then lower down. Let's gently roll onto our backs, lengthening through the neck, shoulders tuck under, extending the legs out. Just gently release the muscles into the floor, knowing that you don't need to hold yourself up anywhere. The earth beneath the floor is supporting you. Gently scanning up the body, noticing any parts that feel tired, achy, or sore. Honoring yourself and your body by listening to its messages. Pushing yourself to your edge, but not beyond it. And remembering that each time you do yoga, your body is a little bit different. Let's bend the right leg, floating the hands to the knee as you draw it in toward the chest. Lengthen the spine, shoulders tuck under, softening around the hip. Keeping the left hand on the knee, allow the right arm to fall out to the side, palm facing down. And as you exhale, gently twist over the left side of the body. Right hip comes off of the mat, foot comes across toward the floor. Vision toward your right arm as much as feels okay for your neck. Release the muscles around the hip, easing the spine into the twist. With your next inhaling breath, come back to the center. We're going to take the right hand and place it either behind the right knee or on the inside of the leg, taking hold of the arch of the foot. And bring the sole of the foot to face the ceiling into half happy baby pose. Allowing that knee to come outside of the ribs as much as feels okay. Softening through the hip. Gently opening. Notice where you might feel some tightness or tension, holding on, and soften around it. And if it feels okay, you can extend that leg out, working on extending through the back of the leg a little bit more. You can also use a strap here if that feels better. Notice where you're holding on. I just let go of my whole hip. I feel like it felt like 2 inches when I let go there. Sometimes we just don't even notice how much we're holding on in those internal muscles. So when we consciously let go, it can make a really big difference. Then let's bring the foot back down. We'll bend the left leg, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Right knee falls out to the side. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, lift the left foot off the floor, take hold behind the hamstrings or over the top of the shin. Flexing that right foot as you draw the left knee toward the body just as far as feels okay. Lengthen through the neck. Soften the shoulders and send the breath to the right hip. Releasing any worries or frustrations stuck in the hip. Releasing them on the breath. And we'll gently release, lowering both feet to the floor and then extending the legs out. Let's bend the left leg now, bringing the hands to the knee as you draw it in toward the chest. Tucking the shoulders under, lengthening through the neck, softening around the hip. Keeping the right hand on the knee, left arm falls out to the side, palm facing down. And as you exhale, gently twist over the right side of the body. Hip comes off of the mat as the foot comes across toward the floor. Vision toward the left arm as much as feels okay for your neck. Releasing the muscles around the hip as you ease into the twist. With your next inhale, come back to the center. Then we'll bring the left hand either behind the knee or on the inside of the leg, taking hold of the arch of the foot. Bringing the sole of the foot to face the ceiling into half happy baby pose. Easing the knee outside of the ribs as much as feels okay. Soften through the hip. Without forcing, really focusing on the letting go. And if it feels okay, you can work on extending that leg. And again, you can use a strap here if that feels better as well. And then we'll lower the foot, bending the right leg and crossing that left ankle over the right thigh. Can stay here, gently pressing that left knee out to the side, or if it feels okay, lifting the right knee off or right foot off the floor, taking hold behind the hamstrings or over the top of the shin. Lengthening through the neck, shoulders are soft, flexing the left foot as you draw the right knee toward the body. Got ahead of myself with the right and the left. Breathing into that left hip. Gently letting go. Releasing any anger or anxiety stuck in the hip. Allowing it to float away on the breath. And let's release the leg. Bring both feet to the mat. And then we'll bring both knees over the torso into Apanasana, hugging the knees in to the chest, breathing into the low belly. Again, noticing if you're holding on anywhere in the hips or the jaw. Gently let go. And we'll either roll to the side, pressing up with your hands, or slip the hands behind the knees, kick the feet over the head, and gently rock up. And we'll come forward onto our hands and knees. If you'd like to have a block handy, I just realized I don't have one down here to model, but we're going to do some reverse triangle, and sometimes that can be a helpful thing to have that block for a little extra height on that. So we're going to work up to that. So we'll start with hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, soften the elbows, head out extended from the spine, belly muscles drawn up, shoulders tucked back and down. Strong table pose. Taking that breath in and out. And with your next inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the spine, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, drop the chin. Inhale, lifting, spine follows. Exhale, rounding. Follow the breath, strengthening on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. Really try to see if you can start with that tailbone and allow the spine to follow. Rolling through the vertebrae. Really tuning in to the spine and the muscles connected to it. And with your next inhale, come back to the center, letting that breath go. And let's inhale, pressing the right leg up behind us, foot flexed, knee bent, pushing that heel into the sky, lifting the heart. With your next exhaling breath, round the spine, draw the knee up into the belly. Inhale, reach that heel up to the sky. Exhale, round. Inhale, press up. Let's do 3 more. And then we'll lower the right knee down. Take a breath in and out. Soften those elbows. And with your next inhale, press the left foot up. Knee bent, foot flexed, heel pressing up toward the sky. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. 3 more. And we'll lower the knee down. Let's bring the knees together. And we're going to gently drop the right hip down. And feeling that stretch through the outer hip. We're going to work on strengthening that right arm as you do this. Coming back to the center, dropping that left hip down. Supporting your weight with that left arm. Just go back and forth a couple of times. Really letting that go on that outer hip. Then we'll meet back in the center. Let's tuck the toes under. Press the hips up and back, downward dog. Walking those heels out. Pressing one heel down and then the other. And pressing through the balls of both feet. Press the hips back. Drop the head between the arms with the chin away from the chest. Knees stay soft as the heels float low. Take 3 breaths here. With your next inhale, let's lift the right leg behind us. And exhale, swing it through, giving a little extra help if it needs that today. And we'll drop the left knee down. So think about pressing the right hip back, left hip forward. Make sure the right knee is stacked over the ankle, not going past the toes. And then if it feels okay, lifting the torso up. Hands can be on the knee. You can be at the heart, elbows out at cactus, or arms over the head. I'm going to have my elbows out at cactus today, really helping to draw those shoulder blades down, opening the heart. And then think about releasing through the front of the left hip, dropping a little bit lower down. Lifting the heart if that feels okay, and gently arching. We'll bring the hands back to the mat. Let's rock the right hip back, lengthening through the back of the leg, lengthening through the spine. Then we'll rock forward. Tuck the toes of the back foot under and lift that knee up. Right hip presses back, lengthen through the spine, lifting the heart. And then let's rock back again. Lengthening the back of that leg. Rocking forward, dropping the knee. If you'd like a block, you can place that on the inside of the left foot. We'll inhale, sweeping the right arm up, if that feels okay. Otherwise, you can have the hand on the knee and stay here gently twisting. We'll float that right hand back down. Tuck the back toes under again. Rock the right hip back. Now we're going to gently bring that left foot forward a little so that we can place the foot on the floor. So that heel is down. The foot is going to come out at a little bit of an angle, but it gives us a little bit more of a solid base for our reverse triangle. If you'd like to use the block, placing that here on the inside of the left foot with the hand on there. Lengthen through the spine. You can also bend this front knee to make it more accessible if that's what your body needs today. So we'll again twist toward the right, sweeping the right arm up. Again, you can have that right knee bent or begin to straighten the leg without locking it, pressing back through the right hip. One more breath. We'll float that right hand down. Let's step back with the right foot, coming back into downward dog. Go ahead and flow through if that feels okay, doing a little vinyasa flow through where we roll forward into plank, chaturanga, or knees down, coming down just to the floor. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, tucking the toes back under, downward dog. Soften those knees, press the hips back. Lengthen through the spine. With your next inhale, kick the left leg up behind you. Exhale, swing through. Walking those toes forward as far as you need to so that the left knee is stacked over the left ankle. You can drop the back knee down. Think about pressing the left hip back, right hip forward, rooting into that front foot. You can stay here or bring the hands to the knee, heart, elbows out at cactus, or arms over the head. Gently dropping down through the front of the right hip, releasing a little more, keeping that left hip pressing back so the hips stay forward. Gently arching as it feels okay. And then we'll bring the hands down. Gently rock the left hip back, lengthening through the spine. We'll rock forward, tuck the back toes under, lifting that back knee, pulling that right hip forward, left hip back. And let's rock the left hip back, lengthening through the leg, lengthening through the spine. We'll bend the knee, drop the back knee, placing the right hand on the inside of the left foot or on a block. Left hand to the left knee, gently twisting. Inhale, sweeping the left arm up if that feels okay for your shoulder. Lengthening through the spine, twisting through the ribs. And we'll float the hand down. Tuck the back foot or toes under. Lift the hips, straightening the leg. And then again, we're going to bring that back foot forward slightly so that the heel can rest on the floor. Can even bring it out to the right a little bit more for a little more stabilization. Right hand on the inside of the left foot on the floor or block. Again, you can bend this front knee for more accessibility. Sweeping that left arm out and straightening the leg if that feels okay. Making sure we're not locking the knee. I feel like we're back at the studio today. My family's making a lot of noise upstairs today. And float the left hand down. Both hands on the mat. Step back into downward dog. Soften the knees. Reach the hips back. And you can stay here. You could rest in child's pose or you can flow through, rolling into plank. Knees down or chaturanga, chest to the mat. Inhale, lifting the heart, cobra. Exhale, tucking the toes under, pressing the hips up and back, downward dog. And let's walk our hands back toward our feet. You can hang here in Uttanasana for a moment. You can use a block under your hands if that feels better. Pressing into the feet, softening the knees, bending the knees even further if that feels better for your back. Releasing the back of the neck as that feels okay. And with your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up, lifting the palms together over the head. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, let's work with tree Vrksasana today. I feel like just some steady grounding might be really nice right now after all that moving, opening those hips. So finding your mountain pose, feet hip width apart, spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong. But using the wall if that feels better for you in this moment. We'll find a focus spot for our gaze. Lift the toes, spread them wide as you lower them down. Envisioning your roots shooting out through your feet into the earth, really grounding you. Lengthening the crown of the head. Shifting your weight gently to the left leg, having that knee slightly bent. Right knee turns out to the side. And you can rest the heel against the ankle, working on balance here. You could bring the foot to the calf, into the groin, just not directly on the knee. Thinking about pushing the foot and the leg together for support. Right knee pressing gently out to the side. And when you find your steady place, bringing the hands to the heart. You can stay here if you want to be a little more contained today. Or if you feel like opening up, you can lift those arms up over the head, palms together or apart. And if you want to, you can also turn those palms out, feeling the energy coming in towards you. Let's bring the hands back to the heart. Gently lower the leg down, shaking that left leg out. Take a breath in and out and find our balance again. Feet hip width apart, spine tall, shoulders back and down, belly strong, knees soft. Lifting the toes, spreading them wide. Shifting your weight to your right leg, finding the focus spot for your gaze, keeping that right knee slightly bent. Left leg turns out to the side, heel against the ankle, working on balance here, or bringing the foot to the calf, or up into the groin. Rooting down through the foot, lifting up slightly out of the hip, bringing the hands to the heart once you find that steady place. Noticing if one side is easier or feels more steady than the other. Again, you can stay here or bring the arms up over the head, palms together or apart, or also turning those palms out. You can kind of envision we're doing a big tree together if you want. And then bringing the hands back to the heart, gently lowering the leg down. Shake the legs out. And then let's bring the feet nice and wide. If you'd like that block in the center for the forward bend, please add that. Really feeling the feet rooted down, knees slightly bent. Inhale the arms up over the head. Exhale, swan dive, hips out behind us. Floating the hands down onto the floor or block. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Push the feet into the floor, knees are soft as you lift the sitting bones up toward the sky. If it feels okay, you can lower the torso gently toward the mat, lengthening through the spine. If you find that you're rounding, just gently lift the chin, helping the spine be nice and long. We can walk our hands over to the right. Hands can be on the floor, block, or leg. Turning the torso to face the thigh, lengthen down over the leg. Pushing into the right foot, reach up through the right hip. Coming back to the center and across to the left. Hands on the floor, block, or leg. Turning the torso to face the thigh, lengthen down over the leg. Pushing into the left foot as the left hip reaches up toward the sky. Coming back to the center. Pressing up through both hips. Walk the feet closer toward each other, actually coming all the way together today. Paying attention to your knees, bend them down as far as feels okay. We'll work on balancing on the balls of the feet. Lengthening the spine tall. If it feels okay, you could bring the hands to the heart, but you can keep the hands on the floor if you want to, or you can work with one hand and the other, using that focus spot as well. Belly muscles are strong. Press into the big toe. And then let's gently lower the rest of the way down. Let me check our time. Okay. Well, let's do some moving to cow face pose. We're gonna bring the right leg over the left. And if it feels okay, you can stack those knees on top of each other with the feet out to the side. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can add a blanket under the front. You can also add a blanket in between. It just kind of depends on where you feel a little too much tension. You can also keep the foot on the floor, or if you prefer, you can also move into fire log pose or double pigeon. So finding that position that feels comfortable for you, that can work on opening those hips. So just resting the hands on the knees. Think about letting the sitting bones drop into the floor. Heart is lifted, shoulders are soft. And we're going to bring the right arm up by the ear and gently bend the hands, or bend the elbow so the hand kind of pats us on the back. We'll bring the left hand to the elbow, gently stretching here, pulling that elbow kind of toward the head or behind the head if that feels okay. You can stay here, or if it feels okay, you could bring that left arm underneath, working those hands together, or using a strap or sleeve to pull, working those hands as close together as is comfortable. Lifting the heart. And we'll release the hands, bringing the hands in front of the legs, lift the heart, and then gently fold forward, just as far as feels okay. Walking the hands out if that feels okay. Letting the torso sink toward the thighs. If it feels okay for your back and neck, you can drop the chin. And with your next inhale, let's lift up tall. We'll unwrap the legs, shake them out a little. And then we'll work with the left leg on top. Again, whichever position you were in before, whether that was cow face pose or fire log. Again, might feel different when we switch the legs over, thinking about how you can use a block or blanket to support you so that you can be in the pose without pain, but also receiving benefit from it. So we'll rest the hands on the legs, lengthen the spine up tall, and again, let those sitting bones just drop down. Allowing ourselves to find some ease in the pose. Then we'll bring the left arm up by the ear and pat ourselves on the back there. And you can bring your right hand to that left elbow, gently stretching, pulling it over just as far as feels okay. And then if it feels comfortable, you can bring that right arm underneath, working those fingertips toward each other, either using a strap or a sleeve, or if your fingertips can touch, curling them together. Lift the heart, soften through the hips. And then we'll gently release. Bring the hands in front of the legs, lengthening the spine, gently tilting the pelvis to bring the torso forward over the legs. Just as far as feels okay. Finding that edge, softening around it. And if it feels okay, letting your chin drop toward the knee. And with your next inhale, lengthen and lift. We'll again shake out those legs. Come back to cross-legged for a moment. Lengthening the spine tall, shoulders are back and down. Reaching through the crown of the head with the inhale. Exhale, dropping the right ear over the right shoulder. Right shoulder tucks back and down, breathing into the left side of the neck. If you'd like to bring the left arm behind the back to help draw that left shoulder down, you can add that. Also, if you'd like to bring that right arm out, resting the right hand on the left ear without pulling down, just adding a little extra stretch. Really listening to your body, not overdoing. Heart stays lifted. With your next inhale, releasing the arms and bringing the head back to the center. Letting the breath go. With your next inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, dropping the right ear over the right shoulder. Right shoulder tucks back. No, the left ear over the left shoulder. Left shoulder tucks back and down. Breathing into the right side of the neck. Again, if you'd like to bring the right arm across the low back, you can add that, dropping that right shoulder down. And if you'd like to sweep the left arm out and over, gently resting the left hand on the right ear, you can do that. Heart stays lifted, not pulling, just breathing and letting go. With your next inhale, release the hands, come back to the center. Let that breath go. Another breath in. Exhale, turning the chin over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, turning the chin over the left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the chin toward the chest. Hold and breathe here, letting the shoulders be back and down. Really feeling that stretch into the upper back. Notice where you can let go. And with your next inhale, lift back to the center. Notice if your chin is kind of pulled out and gently pull it in toward the throat. Notice how that feels different for your neck. We spend a lot of time pulled forward or dropped down. So if we can pull that chin back toward the chest, or excuse me, toward the throat, it can help with the strain that we feel so much in our neck. Let's bend the knees now and come to the center of the mat. Rounding the spine, dropping the chin, rolling back. Lift the feet up toward the sky and rock the hands or a block underneath the hips, supporting the legs. Lengthening through the neck, ankles and knees are relaxed as you breathe into the belly. When you're ready, you can bend your knees, rock your hands, or block out from underneath the hips. You can hug the knees into the chest or make small circles with your low back, drawing the knees in and out. And when you're ready, reversing those circles. And if you'd like one last twist, arms out to the side, palms facing down, knees together. Gently dropping the knees to the right, vision to the left, softening. And when you're ready, back to the center, dropping the knees to the left, vision to the right. And coming back to the center. We'll bring the feet down to the mat, extending the legs out, getting into Shavasana. If that's not feeling good for your back today, you can bend the knees, resting them, placing the feet on the outer edges of the mat, resting the knees together, or use a bolster underneath the knees. Arms slightly away from the body with the palms turned up. Tuck the shoulders back and down. Relax the forehead. Soften your eyes. Loosen your jaw. Gently begin to bring your awareness back to the breath. With each inhale, drawing in a sense of peace and calm. Allowing each exhale to release anything that no longer serves you. Release the muscles from the bones, surrendering them to the earth, feeling its strength and support beneath you. And let the breath bring you back to your heart center, reconnecting with the light and joy that always reside deep within your heart. Let each breath fill your heart with loving kindness for yourself. Sending that loving kindness to each and every cell of your body. Honoring all of who you are in this moment. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch in whatever way feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, you can bend your knees, roll to your side, and rest there for a moment. And then gently return to a seated position. We'll end with a metta blessing of loving kindness. Please feel free to join in. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. To our world, to our communities, to ourselves. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today.
Thank you.